Hey guys, real quick, before we get into the episode, I just want to give a big thank you to all of our longtime listeners. We really appreciate it. If you're a new listener to this podcast, we would love a subscribe. If you love the content and love the travel information we're providing to you, and if you want to book a trip, we're available too. That's what we do as a travel agency. I'll have all the information in the show notes and at the end of the show on how you can reach out to us. But anyways, we love you guys. Thank you so much. A subscribe would mean the world, and then a review, a 5-star review would mean the world also. Without further ado, let's jump right into the episode.
Welcome to the Know Before You Go Travel Show, where we share all the latest travel tips, tricks, and insights to make your next vacation the best one yet. So sit back, relax, grab a cocktail, and enjoy the show with Penyak Travel's George Penyak and our senior travel consultant, Janet Penyak.
What is up, everybody?
Hey, everyone.
Welcome back to another edition of the Know Before You Go Travel Show, when we've got a show for you today.
It is an exciting show.
It is a very exciting show. You know what else is very exciting?
What?
Christmas is here.
Christmas is pretty much here.
It's
we
pretty
are
much here.
9 days away.
We are in the single digits, 9 days till Christmas.
Yes.
Which is, I mean, it's just crazy how fast this whole year's gone by. I think it's a good thing this year's gone by fast.
I can't believe that we're in the last 2 weeks of 2020,
Yeah,
which I'm ready. I think the majority of people would agree.
I got to imagine with with Amazon and online shopping right now and COVID and how people, I mean, Amazon is going to be bombarded.
Oh, yeah.
By Amazon stock. I'm just kidding. I am nowhere near credible to be talking about stocks.
I was going to say, this is a travel podcast.
I know. It makes logical sense because we are going to be Amazoning everything.
Well,
UPS and FedEx are
I already
slammed.
have been. You haven't done any of it, so.
No,
that's
I've helped.
true. You haven't purchased any Christmas gifts?
I've gathered information.
Oh, okay.
And I've sent you a lot of information.
No, you haven't.
Via text on what people want.
No, you haven't. But
I
nice
told
try.
you what my brother wanted.
Oh, yeah, you did. Okay, you did the one. Good job.
He wants a drill.
Okay. All right, moving on.
I don't know why he wants a drill. It's so random.
Let's get to
It is the most random gift for my brother is a drill. I'm like, you are not handy enough for a drill.
Yeah, so let's get to the point of the podcast.
Okay, enough small talk.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead. Without further ado, what are we talking about?
Well, this is not about what we got your brother for Christmas. So we are talking about, it's very, very exciting news. There is a new Sandals resort that is opening in a completely new destination that's not very well known, and I'm super, super excited about it. So they are launching Sandals Curacao.
This is huge news, especially during COVID, where you don't think many properties are being bought and sold right now and resorts are being bought and sold because of the pandemic. Sandals is jumping in, and they are making a splash because this is a phenomenal destination. And this kind of, I think, surprised everybody a little bit. But then we've done some research, and we've got a little, backstory on why this kind of makes sense now. But they bought an existing property already. This isn't land. They're not building something. They bought an existing resort. And they are going to convert it.
Yeah. So they purchased the Santa Barbara Beach and Golf Resort. It had originally opened as the Hyatt Regency Curacao in 2010, and then that resort, due to COVID, unfortunately closed its doors officially in June. And yeah, Sandals purchased it, and I am actually very surprised that there's any purchasing going on just because of COVID. So this is great news. But it's going to be a 350-room resort, and then, of course, they're going to sandalize it. It's expected to open in the fourth quarter of 2021, barring no delays. Of course, they're going to add all of the signature Sandals pools, which will be the swim-up bars, restaurants, swim-up rooms, and then later on they plan to add the Rondeval suites, which are their round suites. And then one of the main focuses of this resort that they are going to use to market it is that there's an 18-hole designer golf course right on the property.
Yeah, and so you can go on TripAdvisor and look this property up and look at the pictures of it. It's actually very, very highly rated. This is not as much of a flip job. This resort was already very highly rated. The amenities look incredible based on all the research that we've done. And I think this is actually going to suit the portfolio very well because they're getting into more, I guess you can call it, more exotic islands.
I was going to say more unique destinations.
Yeah, they're branching out, and I think this is a great island to plant their flag in because if you love diving, I think this is now very much on your radar that this is happening.
Oh, absolutely. It is neighbors with Bonaire, which is very, very well-known, highly sought-after diving spot. And so, Curacao is part of the ABC Islands. So you have Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao. Curacao sits right in the middle, about 40 miles north of the coast of Venezuela. But one really cool fact as to why the Sandals owners were looking at this destination, because they said they care. It's always all about the story. And the founder of Sandals Resorts International, which is Gordon Butch Stewart, he actually, his first job was working for the Curacao Trading Company, which was an appliance business in Jamaica. And then apparently Adam Stewart, which is his son, almost went to hospitality school in Holland after college.
Really?
Yep. They say that they respect the Dutch work ethic and their food.
Wow. Okay. Well, this is a splash, and we will probably be one of the first people to tour this, I'd imagine.
I mean, I hope so. I definitely want to go.
I mean, we're gonna do our best to get there early, and we're gonna do a phenomenal video on it, podcast on it, review, and a blog post, because this is a splash. And for those that haven't been to the ABC Islands before, we actually went a couple of years ago.
Yes.
We did not go to Curacao, but we went to Aruba and Bonaire. And it's actually kind of desertous. It has almost like this desert feel to it. Like a desert with palm trees, if you can imagine that. And our dog is just groaning.
Yes, she is groaning, so I apologize if you hear her.
What are you doing?
Yes, this is Lucia.
Lucia?
Yes, so she's in the studio with us right now.
We're not getting another dog named Curacao. You're fine.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
We're just doing a podcast here.
Yeah, so some cool facts about Curacao. So it's like I said, 40 miles north off the Venezuelan coast. It's a constituent country of the Netherlands. And then, together with Aruba and Bonaire, it forms the ABC Islands. That part of the Caribbean is known as the Dutch Caribbean. Yeah.
And I think this is going to be one of those destinations, too, that you're going to feel very comfortable going off property.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, lots of culture, huge Dutch influence in terms of, food and architecture. Yeah, I would absolutely feel very safe. So just to give you a little bit more info about the island. So Curacao has a population of about 160,000 people. So it's fairly small.
Very small island.
It is.
That's one of the smallest in their portfolio. Like once they have a resort there, you're talking like almost as like a little bit bigger than Grenada, really.
Yeah. So it's 171 square miles. The capital is Williamstead. The island is only 38 miles long and 9 miles wide. So wow. I think, that's really cool. And then, as I said earlier, it was colonized by the Dutch, so there's tons of Dutch influence. They say blue and white porcelain dishes, delicious Dutch snacks are sold throughout the island as souvenirs and the capital. You can also recognize the Dutch architecture with the curved, or with the roofs that we saw in Amsterdam.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. So like all the buildings in downtown kind of look like that. So very heavy Dutch influence. And another cool thing that I think is going to draw a lot of people here is it's not touristy. It is not touristy at all. So tourism,
it's really not, yeah.
Tourism is not even their number one industry there. Guess what is?
Is it diving? I mean, diving would be tourism.
No. It is ship repair.
Really?
Ship repair is the largest industry on the island.
Wow. Okay, that's really cool.
Yep. And in 2019, only 1.3 million foreign nationals visited the island, and 64% of those were just for day excursions.
Okay, so you're going to feel it sounds a lot like Grenada, like from the aspect. Now Grenada, I would guess their number one revenue generator is tourism, but just the size of it and how secluded it is. I mean, this was a great. I hope they got a good deal on the property. I have no idea what they bought it for. Do you have that information?
No, I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, if it was closing due to COVID, I'm sure the books didn't look that great as they used to, and they probably, hopefully got a decent deal on it.
Right.
And
but yeah, just to give you an idea, and as far as those tourism numbers go, which I get a lot of requests, like, I want to go somewhere that is less touristy, because you don't want to feel like you're in Myrtle Beach. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And so the neighboring island of Aruba last year in 2019 had 2 million visitors. So this is almost less than half that.
Yeah.
Jamaica had 4.3 million.
That makes sense. Yep.
So
Jamaica and Aruba cruise port, you get more people coming in and out.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
But, Curacao actually does have a cruise port. They do stop there. Now, so Curacao is 25% roughly of what the tourism numbers were in Jamaica. And get this, in the Bahamas last year, 7 million people visited the Bahamas.
Wow.
So that just kind of shows
sense.
you this is very, it's not very touristy. And I think that's really nice.
Yeah. And
you get a lot of local culture. And another big aspect of, just Dutch culture, when we traveled to Amsterdam last year, which that's part of the Netherlands, they have a lot of nightlife there. And
Yes, yep.
surprisingly, from the research that I've done today, Curacao also has a lot of nightlife. There's something for everyone. They have lots of the annual festivals like Carnival, King's Day. Music festivals come to the island frequently, and many of the beaches turn into popular bars and clubs at night with DJ sets and live music. They're also known for their food trucks. They've had food trucks. It's called Truc de Pan.
Really?
It's meaning bread trucks. They've been around the island for over 30 years, and then they serve. Remember when we were in Amsterdam that French fries were like a huge thing there?
Oh, French fries are everywhere.
Yeah.
Every freaking where. They have stores on the side of the streets that you can just get. All they have is French fries.
Yeah.
And they come in it's like a cone. And
Yeah.
you can dip them in all the sauces. Pretty cool.
Yeah, so they have lots of food trucks serving meat and the French fries smothered in peanut sauce. Lots of, again, just local influence and culture influence, from the Dutch.
Yeah, and I love that Sandals is incorporating more of that because I think that's something that they always did a good job of it, but I always thought it was something they could do a little bit better of is incorporating more of that local feel.
Yeah.
I feel like it was resort by resort.
Yeah.
But some resorts did a really good job of it in their portfolio. Some did better than others.
They have the jerk shacks for like Jamaican jerk chicken and stuff. But
Yeah.
hopefully they incorporate some sort of like Dutch restaurant or something at this resort. That would be really cool.
It would be so cool. And I was kind of looking at, speaking of the beach, I was looking at the beach. You can look at photos online.
Yeah, the beach looks awesome.
The beach looks very calm. It's almost like it is in a little bay.
Yes.
It's a wide beach, white sand, and it looks like you can just go snorkel right off the beach.
Yeah, actually.
Like, this is a chill. You're not going to get big waves. This looks like it's going to be a very chill beach. Similar to what we had in Antigua a little bit, where it was very, very chill water.
Right, and that's another good point to mention is the diving. You can also, of course, they're known for like their boat diving, but also shore diving. Many places in Curacao, you can just walk right off the beach, and there's excellent snorkeling and diving.
I love that.
Yeah.
See, I'm not a huge diver. I have gone diving at a Sandals before. You wouldn't because you don't like.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
You can't get over getting underwater, and you couldn't complete the training course.
Well, that's okay.
So I was like, I'll go by myself. But I went by myself, and going off boat's cool, but I had more fun doing the snuba.
Oh, the snuba and Turks and Caicos.
I hope they have snuba here.
Yeah, so
snuba's my jam. If there's our audience, if anyone's out there in our audience that doesn't like the sound of scuba diving, where you have all the weights on you and you're going very deep, but you want to have that feel, snuba, 20 feet max, I believe it was.
Right.
There's no equipment or weights really, and you just have a mouthpiece that's in your mouth, and the tank actually floats at the top.
Yeah.
And you can, it's a lot easier. There's no boats. You do it right off the shore. If we can do shore diving here, that's cool.
Yeah, so just a note before you go travel tip, this definitely would be a destination that you would want to bring your own snorkel equipment, because Sandals will not let you use their snorkel equipment to snorkel right off the beach. I don't understand why, but it is what it is, so bring your own snorkel equipment.
Yeah, that's not a COVID thing. That's just a generic.
Oh, yeah, that's just a generic thing.
Yeah.
So another awesome thing about Curacao is its location. So it's not in the hurricane belt. It's out of the hurricane belt. They have been affected a few times, just like with some storms off of hurricanes, but they have not been directly impacted by a hurricane since the National Hurricane Center in the U.S. started tracking them. So that's a huge plus. It's also a year-round destination that you can go to. So, like if you go to the Bahamas in January, it can be pretty chilly.
Yeah, and that's why the cost is usually a little cheaper for the Bahamas in the winter months, because believe it or not, it does get cold.
Yes.
It will get chilly. We've been there. We've tried to get in the pool at
Sandals Royal Bahamian.
And the water was very cold.
Yes.
Very cold.
Yeah,
we were there
it
in
was
January. Was it January, I think, on
December.
a cruise? December, yeah.
Yeah, it was freezing. But here, the average temperature is pretty much 80 degrees throughout the year.
Oh, my
The
gosh.
coolest month is January, and that's the temperature is 80 degrees. The warmest month in September, and the average temperature is 84 degrees.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can't beat it. One thing, it says the dry season is from January to September. So the wettest season is October to December.
Good to know. So
Yes.
you just like, you know your stuff. So when people book, you're just dropping facts.
Oh, and another really cool thing, which I like about this, just speaking of water temperatures.
Yep.
Well, and I've done a lot of research on this today.
Well, that's what people do. That's what
Yeah.
good agents do.
Is the ocean temperature. It stays relatively warm. So the seawater around Curacao averages 81 degrees. Its coldest is February to March, and it averages 78.6 degrees.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
That's like
so
bath
I mean-
water year round. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
right. So you can literally go swimming in the ocean year round. And, and I mentioned that because there are places where the water does get cooler, you
Yeah.
know, December through March. So that's a really cool fact.
Yeah, when you and I have been to plenty of beaches, we're like, oh, let's go see how the beach water feels. When we get our toes in, we're like, no way. Everyone's done that where it's like way too cold, back to the pool. But this, I mean, I'm telling you guys, look up photos of this property. What was the property name again that they bought? The previous name of it?
Yes, Santa Barbara Beach and Golf Resort.
Yeah, so if anyone's wondering what some of these photos look like, they look really, I mean, it was already really nice. And when you think of like Sandals buying a property, you think they're going to flip it. Like that was my initial thought is, they bought something at a very good price because it needs a lot of work and they're going to flip it. This one, I think they're going to obviously, I like your term, sandalize it.
Yeah.
But I don't
that's
think
their
it
term,
needs.
but yeah.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yes.
It doesn't need much work. And
No,
the golf looks like high quality golf.
Yeah,
It really does.
And like I said earlier, it opened as a Hyatt Resort in 2010, and this is not the first Hyatt Resort that they purchased. The Sandals Grand St. Lucian actually originally opened as a Hyatt Resort, and then they purchased it and then transformed it into the Sandals Grand St. Lucian. So I think they like Hyatts.
Yeah. I mean, this is just looking at these photos. So they have these like helicopter view or
Drone views.
drone view photos here, and part of this property sits on a beach that is almost protected by this long dock.
Right.
And so that's where that smooth water is coming from, I think. And then there is part of it that looks out into the big water,
right,
where you don't see the other side of the island, but it doesn't look like there's much around there. I mean, I'm sure you can get off, and it's one of those destinations that it does have a little downtown area, right, where you can go and experience.
Williamstead is a downtown area, and this resort's only going to be about 20 minutes from there. So,
yeah, this is. I am pumped to go tour this.
Yes, I am too. So
when's it opening, or what's the target open date?
Well, I actually said that earlier,
You
but
did?
I'll tell you again. Yes, the fourth quarter of 2021.
No, that's faster than I thought.
Yeah, so just a year from now should be open, barring no delays and COVID shutdowns and all that.
You
So.
can't book it yet.
No,
you?
you can't book it yet because they don't. They don't even have like room categories and that figured out. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Probably
soon.
fairly soon. I would think in another 4 to 6 months you probably could.
Yeah, we'll call our Sandals rep and see if we can get like more details on when the bookings will start, what category rooms might look like.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we've got an idea on what they're going to do with it based on.
Well, yeah, and they're going to have they're definitely going to add swim up rooms and then eventually add rendezvous. So it'll be typical Sandals.
Yeah, if there's a Butch's there though.
I think they probably would put one there.
I think they've got to put a Butch's there.
Yeah.
I saw a picture with one of the restaurants that they have there now, or at the old Santa Barbara Resort, of these two big wine racks, and it had a long table looking over the ocean.
Yeah, that's
that
a perfect
looks
spot
like
for a Butch's.
Potential Butch's right there, baby. And I'm telling you, we've got like our own, I don't want to call them rankings, but how we view all the properties since we've been to all of them. So we kind of know. I'm very curious on when we go, could this take the top spot?
Yeah, you never know.
Could this take Sandals Grenada? Could it get there?
It could. Grenada is very special, but yeah, you never know.
I think it'll be very hard to take Grenada down because Grenada is even a smaller
But
island.
also this, I mean, one thing I really love about Grenada is the destination is so unique, and Curacao is a very unique destination. So combined with the resort, you never know.
Yeah, it's unique like me.
Yes, you are unique. I mean that in the nicest way possible.
I didn't think that was gonna be your response, but I'll take it. I'm just kidding.
All right, so a couple other cool facts about the island of Curacao. So it is a polyglot society. Do you know what that means?
Let me take a guess. Polyglot society?
Yes.
This would be, so poly means 5, right? So this is
means, like many.
Many. Like a polygram is 5?
Oh,
so it's like a 5-tier government? I have no idea.
No, polyglot society means they have many languages, and there are 4 languages spoken on the island. And
now, English would have to be one of them, right?
Yes, English is one of them because that is one thing that Sandals sticks with is the islands have to speak English. And yeah, they have 4 different languages. The official languages are Dutch, Papiamentu, and English, and then many people also speak Spanish. Spanish became an important language in the 18th century due to the close economic ties with Spanish territories in what are now Venezuela and Colombia.
Yeah, I was going to say, it doesn't surprise me. Venezuela, they're probably getting heavy influence from there. I know, well, not that long ago, but when we were in Aruba a couple years ago, they were getting a lot of Venezuelan immigrants coming over because of the turmoil going on there right now. I don't know if that situation's gotten better. I don't think it has gotten much better.
It's gotten worse.
So you're going to see more and more people coming over there, and that's their language is Spanish. So I'm not surprised that Spanish is one. I wonder how dominant English is over there.
It's very it's very, very dominant.
I would think for training purposes and communication with guests, I would think it probably is very dominant.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much the whole population is bilingual. They speak at least 2 languages. But yeah, the Papiamentu is a Portuguese Creole with African, Dutch, and Spanish influences, and that is the most widely spoken language on the island.
Okay, very cool. It's probably that's probably what the locals speak to each other. Like when we were in St. Lucia, it was really cool. They spoke
French Creole,
and they can actually teach you some of the words.
And Jamaica has their own Creole too.
Absolutely, yeah, and you can hear them speaking amongst themselves, and you'd be like, "Oh, well, what language is that?" Because it sounds very unique. Like it's not a common language that everyone knows kind of what German sounds like and French and Spanish.
Right.
And we heard the French Creole. I'm like, what in the world is that?
Yeah, I didn't know what they were talking.
And and I remember the word "sacafed."
Oh,
they
yeah,
were like "sacafed." And
what did that mean again?
That means like, "What's up?"
Oh, okay.
Or how are you doing?
Yeah.
So I believe that's what it was.
So another just totally random fact, just because I like to do that sometimes, but when you think about the Netherlands and Amsterdam, what are they known for? Prostitution.
I was about to say, yeah, I was like, are you going there?
Yes,
we're going there.
I'm just talking about it. So they have...
What connection have we made?
So actually, no, I know, but we're talking about the island.
I know.
So apparently they have a large open-air brothel called Le Mirage, and using prostitution services is legal for men, including locals, and the brothel has been open near the airport since the 1940s.
Wow.
Totally random fact, but just...
Drop a Sandals in that where it's couples only. Hey, if you're in an open relationship, this is now a top destination for you.
Yeah, there you go. But I just thought, when I saw that, I was like, oh, that's kind of a funny fact, just because, the ties to the Netherlands. And
we should probably tour that.
No, I think we're
kidding.
good.
I'm kidding, babe.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah, no, we don't need to do that. Now, in terms of things to do there, so again,
go to the brothel.
No.
I'm just kidding.
I guess if that's
I'm terrible.
If that's your thing, then go for it. To each its own. But diving, very well known for diving and snorkeling there, swimming with sea turtles. They say that a visit to the I'm not sure if I am pronouncing this right, but Sheet Boca National Park, which is a big sea turtle nesting place. There's actually a lot of good hiking there and ATV adventures. You can take a day trip to, it's called Klein Curacao. It's a small uninhabited island that's a part of Curacao.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, of course, you have to go check out the downtown area of Williamstead with all the colorful buildings and Dutch architecture and restaurants and things like that.
I love that they found this property.
I know. I'm very excited because I honestly thought that they would go to Aruba before they would go to Curacao.
I would have thought the same thing.
Because Secrets is supposed to be opening one in Aruba.
Yeah, and Aruba actually already has a lot more resorts than people might think there.
But it's not a big all-inclusive destination.
No.
So.
I think we talked about it before because there's so many restaurants. Like downtown Aruba's like a hop-in place. That's a place you should visit one day.
Aruba is well known for that.
The food's incredible. There's so many good restaurants. You walk around. They have a neat little downtown area with local vendors. It's kind of near the cruise port.
Yeah,
but
it's very safe to just walk out and walk around everywhere. So
absolutely. I
have not visited Curacao yet, but from what I do know about it, it's very similar. Same thing.
Yeah, I think we're going to plan. We've been to Bonaire and Aruba, so I'm assuming it's going to be a lot like that. When you said ATV tours, we did the ATV tour of Aruba.
Right.
Awesome experience.
Oh, yeah.
Very cool experience. Get a GoPro, strap it on your helmet, and go check and kind of. Because some of those views, if it's anything like Aruba, you can't recreate that. You can't hold your phone and get that kind of lifetime memories on your phone. Very good to have the GoPro on and just get it all in one video.
Yeah. So this is exciting news. It was just announced last week.
Yeah, big news. I will hopefully get a blog post up on this soon. But I'm excited.
You also need to get that LeBlanc video.
Oh, you're getting on me about the block video. We're back here.
I'm gonna do it every podcast episode until it's done.
I know. I'm pretty much done. I just got a couple extra things I got to do to make it perfect. I'm a perfectionist.
Okay.
And perfection takes time.
Well, let's get it done.
Just like how long it took you to find me.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Moving on.
You said I was special.
You are.
Okay.
So what's your question of the day?
Any shout outs to give? You want to give some shout outs first? Do we have any to give?
It's been pretty quiet.
It's the holidays.
It's the holidays,
yeah.
Yes. It's been pretty quiet. I guess I'll give a shout out at a couple whose destination wedding was postponed in South Coast, and they went and did a test drive instead, and then their wedding is next fall, and it was a very successful test drive. They loved it.
Shout out their names.
Yeah, so shout out to Amy and JT.
Yeah, Amy and JT, thank you guys so much. Love you guys. And so, question of the day.
What is it?
Are you ready?
Yes.
This one I think will make you think a little bit. It's another would you rather, a lot better than the debate that sparked amongst our entire social circle.
Giraffe and donkeys, yeah.
Yeah, giraffe and donkeys. But no, this one's better. Would you rather have unlimited international first class tickets, free, anywhere you want to go, first class, never pay for them again, or never have to pay for food at a restaurant again?
That is actually very easy for me to answer.
I think I know what you're going to say.
Unlimited first class tickets.
Really?
Yes.
I thought you were going to go restaurants.
No, first
because
class.
we get a lot of miles based on, you know what I mean? So we get a lot of miles. I figured you would just say, okay, well, we can pay for the tickets because we get all these miles.
Yeah, but the first class mileage sometimes is like super high. And then sometimes the cost is high. It just depends. But yeah, for me, I'm going unlimited first class tickets.
Man, okay, now you're making me think.
I want to go to Australia, and to fly first class there, it's at least like $10,000, and I don't even think an amount of miles that I could use to do that. So
that's true. But how many international flights can one take in 1 year?
Oh,
well, I guess
I was going to say, don't test me.
Don't tempt me with a good time. Don't threaten me with a good time.
I can certainly make that, once COVID's done, a lot.
Yeah. All right, so you're making me think a little bit, because I initially was like, oh, no-brainer food. Because I would love to be able to just go out to eat literally every day. And then,
yeah, that would be nice.
And it'd be cool to blog about it or something, or do reviews on restaurants and just keep going and going and going. And I always thought tickets, we get miles.
Yeah, but if you
get points and things like that, you can kind of get your upgrades when you need it. But your thought is just go anywhere whenever you want for free.
Yeah, but you wouldn't
cool.
get the miles if you're not paying for the food.
Oh, next level thinking there. So, okay.
What is it? All right, you're dragging this out too long.
Well, how about you do the unlimited flights? I'll do unlimited food, and then we both win.
Well, no, because then it's just myself that gets the flight. So, yeah, there you go. And then it would just be you.
I probably have the most confused look on my face. Like, wait, we can't get both? Okay.
Yeah, no, you can't get both.
I make the rules here on Question of the Day.
Well, I think that's enough rambling for the day.
Anyways, like and subscribe, guys.
Yes, if you want any more information about this resort, potential resort opening, or anything else that you may have heard today, please feel free to reach out. You can go to our website, penyaktravel.com, click request a quote, and it comes directly to me. Or you can feel free to email me, janet@penyaktravel.com, slide into our DMs, give us a call.
Yeah,
we are here for you.
Yeah, exactly. I put all this in the show notes now. So if you want all the links to our YouTube page, Facebook, Instagram, how to get a hold of us, it's all in the show notes. And we would love a 5-star review if you're loving the content. We really appreciate your ears. And we hope everyone, we're going to have a show before Christmas. So,
yes.
But
we'll
either
catch
way,
you in a few days.
Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, however you're celebrating with family and friends. Do it safely, and we cannot wait to see you in probably another few days.
All right. Catch you next time.
Love you guys.